How can parents make the right decision on secondary school, mainstream or special? And we feel that with our daughter, as with every child with an intellectual disability, it's important to just review all the way along their school life, what is going to work for them. So, for instance, I've got a friend who, their child started off in mainstream school, and then they needed to go to the special school, and with Lucy that was reviewed all the way along the line, and it became evident the older she got, the gap widened. I know I remember when she was 7 years 11 months, her reading age was that of a child of 7 years 3 months. So she was doing really well and benefited so much in so many ways by being involved in being at a mainstream school. But as she grew older, the gap widened intellectually and emotionally, in many ways between that and her peers. So when she got to age 10, I suppose, nearly 11, we looked at a mainstream school, went to a parents' evening, and we looked at 2 special schools. And it just became evident as we looked around, and maybe a bit before then, that special school was going to be the best thing for her. And as you put it,
well, I think we were blessed that there was this opportunity and this provision. There wasn't just nothing, or there wasn't something of a poor level for Lucy. There was something, we had a choice, and the choices were good choices. The bit that I think knocks us a bit is that it's the wrong question. If schools should reflect all of society, because how do those who don't have a disability learn how to work around with and engage with those who do, if they're not put in a position where that's just part and parcel of their day? As we said previously, that we know head teachers who they would love to have this possibility of melding all the streams, so everybody gets to learn and benefit from everybody else. And so we wonder if the question's the wrong question, that it shouldn't be which do I choose, mainstream provision or special needs provision, but which school do I choose, because each school has its own flavour and style, I appreciate. But because all of the schools are able to offer most of the streams,
inclusive,
and they're inclusive schooling, then you still need a particular approach to this stream or that stream or t'other stream within the school, so everybody gets the best from their education input in terms of the intellectual curriculum bit, but they get an even better breadth because they're working in the dining hall or the playground or the drama class or whatever it might be, the school play or whatever the intercurricular stuff would be, that everybody's engaging with a much bigger variety of society in school, so that when people come out of school and they're not being met with things they don't quite know how to engage with. So we wonder if it's the wrong question.
Yeah, if secondary schools were more inclusive, then she wouldn't have to go at that age. I've gone to a special school. Did I say special school or mainstream? Sorry.
She wouldn't have had to go to a special school if all schools were more inclusive.
If mainstream schools, secondary schools were more inclusive, then she wouldn't have perhaps gone to a special school, because she wouldn't have been so in swimming in such a different stream, because she would have been included more. But I think we probably knew we'd have to fight for support, about the right amount of support for if she went to a mainstream school, and
but it wasn't just about.
It wasn't that.
It wasn't just about if we fought and got support for Lucy to go to a mainstream school. She would still flounder because she needed a peer group of people of a stream she can swim in and be connected to, as well as being in a bigger society of people. We all see this. We all have models where I go, oh, I like that in them, or I see that in them, and these things enable us to challenge or have opportunity to see things that we want to go after. But if your horizons are limited by that type of segregation, then you deny, in some sense, opportunity to both children with intellectual disability, the opportunity to see a broader world, and children from mainstream to see this particular set of needs or sets of needs that how do they engage their compassion, their humanity to enable society to be the fullest. So even if we fought for mainstream and got mainstream inclusion, because of the way mainstream is set up, it still wouldn't have been the right place for our child. Yet she is then missing out on seeing age group peers develop and what that might bring to her in terms of, oh, could I do this, Mum? Could I have a go at that, Dad? But she's not seeing those things because we segregate out our schooling, at least in our area.
Yes, when I was training to be an art therapist in the early 80s, I remember working at some of these very large hospitals where folks with intellectual disabilities were separated out. And thank God, our society's moved a long way from that. But obviously we need to move a lot further in the right direction, because we don't want to separate people because of the differences. We really want people to be as inclusive, as included and valued as an individual as is possible to be.